All right, well, welcome everybody. Today we are here in Waterway Palms in Carolina Forest. I literally just came through the gate and got things set up. So as you can see directly in front of us here is the amenity center, and we're going to start by going up to the amenity center and checking that out. So we're going to come up around the corner here. And this is a great amenity center. It sits kind of on its own little island of this development where there's a community pool, there's pickleball courts, there's a fitness center in here, and as you can see they do a really good job keeping this up and making it very beautiful. So we're just going to go around the little roundabout here in the entrance. And as we come back down a little bit of a hill, you can kind of see the gates that you come through at the main entrance into this development. It's located in Carolina Forest, right off of River Oaks Drive. And as we come down here to the stop sign, you can see over there on the left the entrance gate closing, and on the right is the gate that you would use to exit out of the development. But we're going to take a left here and go onto Isle of Palms West, and just kind of drive around the neighborhood a little bit, let you guys see some of it, get an idea of the feel of this development. And so this development is all custom built homes. Over here on the right, this is Plantation Oaks Drive. We're going to take a right on here so you can kind of see this street. And this is the one that would back up to River Oaks Drive. All of these homes are custom built, very unique styles in here. You're going to see some that are like the one straight ahead that is all with hardy plank and a metal roof with hardy and brick next to it, to some that are just hardy, some that are all brick. It's a very unique, neat, cool development. There's some rather large homes in here, some that are a little bit on the smaller side. And so we're going to come up here in a moment to a stop sign, and we can turn left here onto Boone Hall. As you can see, there's just a little bit, it's just a roundabout there for the rest of that street. But we're going to take a left onto Boone Hall and go down this road. This street that we're passing by on the left is Cedar Grove. And there are some lots available for sale in here too. If you wanted to build your own home, you could. There's some here on the left and on the right that you can see as well. Now, as we come to this street right here, this is Isle of Palms again, and there's some common area straight ahead of us. We're going to turn right because I want you to see over here on the right is an area that if you live in this development, it is a waterway community. You could park your jet skis or boat or RV up in the RV boat parking area, which is kind of cool. But as we continue down this road, we're just heading down, getting closer down to the waterway. Yes, this is an Intracoastal Waterway community. So it's a really, really neat spot if you want to have a house and be on the water, have easy access to get into the water. You can definitely achieve that here in Waterway Palms. There's some larger houses like this one on the left that's a 3-story. Underneath they have the parking. Left here, that's Crystal Waterway, and that's one of the more popular streets where there's a lot of stuff being built. But as we come down here, you're going to see some of these houses are like on the right and left where they're designed where the garage sits on the back. And here we are, we're now down at the waterway. Straight ahead of us, there's some vacant lots for sale that you could be right on the waterway. We'll go down here to the right first, and that way you guys can kind of see. This is where some of your larger homes are going to sit. You can either have the second row homes like these on the right, or you can be on the left and have direct waterway view and access from this development. Pretty cool. You can see some people are getting some work done down here. It looks like on palm trees. So everybody is getting their landscape taken care of. Palm trees, they're beautiful, but man, they are a pain to have to maintain. They're a lot of work, and it's not an easy thing to trim them. But you can see right here is the boat launch down into the waterway, and there's the waterway as we turn around. You can kind of see it all. And we're going to go back down this road now. We're on, I think it's called West Palms. And this is the road that's right along the waterway, so you can kind of see some of the houses and development. These homes that are over on the right here that sit directly on the water, you can expect on those houses to spend anywhere from probably low ones up to probably 1.8, maybe even up to almost 2 million for those properties. So we're just going to continue down this road all the way till it won't let us go any further. And there are a little bit of common areas throughout, like this little roundabout section here. And while it seems like there might be a lot of people living here, there's just actually a lot of construction going on right now. Homes are being built on the waterway and also on the second row over on the left. But with all this construction, you've got your painters and everybody, drywall people, framers, electricians, plumbers, all here doing stuff at the same time. Now that we're past where most of that construction is going, this is the section that is a little bit older. And when I mean older, it's, built in the last still 5 years. But these homes are established, so there's not construction going on. So we're just about down here to the end of the road. And so once we get down here to the end, we're going to take a left now onto Rue de Jean Way. And once again, as you can see here, as I make the turn, these houses have garages in the back of them as well a lot of the times, and even sometimes they're detached in the back. I did show a house on this street not too long ago that had a detached, and it was actually had almost like an apartment above it upstairs. But we're going to go up here. We'll take a left onto Crystal Waterway and show you this street. And I know it may seem like I'm really flying through this development, but trust me when I say I'm not. I'm barely going 15 miles an hour right now. A lot of these homes you would consider a Charleston style house. meaning that it's going to be not as wide of a home design in this section especially, and maybe more deep instead of wide on the house. They're still rather large homes. Several of these houses, as we're going through here, are 2-story, some of them are 3-story, and they can easily be 2,500, 3,500 heated square feet. And so we're going to take a right onto Castile Drive here, and as we do, you will be able to see directly ahead of us sits the amenities center, and there's this nice bridge that if we lived here on the street, we could take this little bridge right over and be at the community center. And so we're just going to kind of pause here for a moment. And so you can see over to the right there, that is the community pool. If you go over this bridge and head straight up the stairs, you would be in the fitness center. And then there's the pickleball and tennis courts. And you can see there's just a nice large lake that kind of surrounds it all. It sits on its own little island. So we're back here to Crystal Waterway, and we're going to take a right and continue down this road. In this development as well, if you wanted to, you can install your own private pool. You'll see a lot of these houses as we're going along, they have pools in the backyard also, which, you know, in some parts of the neighborhood, in some parts of Carolina Forest, you cannot do such a thing, unfortunately. Whispering Winds, there's that we're going past. It's just another little loop around street. So we're just going to skip some of these smaller ones and go back up here. And so we're now coming up again to that main road that we use at the end, which has the boat and RV parking. And we're just kind of working our way back towards the main entrance area, and then you guys can see the entire other side of this development where there are 2 more gates to get in and out and a whole lot more development. So let's go check that out. Since you've already seen this, we'll just kind of speed through this a little bit faster. Not speed through the development, just drive the speed limit. So we're right now driving along on West Isle of Palms, and in just a little bit, I believe once we go past the amenity center, it actually changed from being West Waterway to East Waterway Palms, East Isle of Palms, not Waterway Palms, Isle of Palms. So here we are. As we come down, we have now just some small little cul-de-sac streets. I'll go down this one here so you can see it. This one is Crowfield Court, and as you can see, it's just a small little street, small street, maybe 15 houses on it. Down at the end of it's going to have a small little turnaround cul-de-sac, and right on the other side of those trees is where River Oaks Drive sits. There are several small little streets like this throughout the development. And so we're going to turn left again onto Isle of Palms. Oh, we got a little bit of traffic coming, so we're going to wait a moment here. So we're back on Isle of Palms. Here's another small street we could take around. We'll actually go down this one. This one's Middleton View Drive. So you can kind of see this section of the neighborhood. There are sidewalks, as you can see, throughout the development. So if you want to go walking, you can do that pretty easily. People want to ride their bicycles on it sometimes. You have that option too. And there's some more little court streets that we go through, like this is Flowerdale. This one's called Laguerre. This one's called East Bay. And if you remember earlier, we were talking about Rue de Jean. Right there's the other side of it. So if we turned right down that road, it would take us down to the Waterway. So as we come up here to this stop sign, we're back at Isle of Palms. And this is Isle of Palms East. If we went straight out that gate, this is the second entrance into the development. We're going to turn right. We're going to go down Isle of Palms a little bit more, show you a little bit more of the development. In this development, you have custom-built homes. Prices are going to be anywhere from starting in the mid-5s up to, depending on what all is included, whether it has a pool or not, you can have a price point be well over $1 million on homes not on the waterway. As I talked about earlier, down by the waterway, those homes are going to be significantly more, starting probably about 1.3, 1.5 million and going up from there to 2 million and maybe even a little bit over. And so as we continue down here on Isle of Palms, you will see that there are then some small little cul-de-sacs like this one on the left. With all of the palm trees that are in here, which go along with the name of the development, Waterway Palms, it definitely gives you that coastal living feel, for sure. Over here on the right, this is Belvedere Drive, which we're going to turn right, because if we go down there, right there's your waterway straight ahead. We're going to turn on right on Belvedere, and we're going to head back up this way. And this will pretty much end our tour here in just a moment, as Belvedere is going to take us out to the third gated entrance of this development. Anyway, if you'd like to learn more about this development, feel free to go over to jeremyblanton.com. You can book a 30-minute call there, and we can discuss this development and help you figure out if this is one you want to move to. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, get the bell on, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.